Meow, 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 meow. See, we're allowed to meow here because I don't see stupid reasons to fucking restrict what other people have to say. If you aren't saying anything offensive, why would I restrict what you have to say? Because I'm not fucking stupid. You know, I'm not an inconsiderate bastard who goes back on their word. I'm willing to stand by the things that I've said. You know, the only time I go back on something is maybe I'll realize I've exited a situation too soon and I want to try and make things better and I might go back. But like I'll never fucking go back on something once I've decided that's what I'm gonna do. If I say you're allowed to say this, you're allowed to say that. And if I have a problem with it, that's my problem and I'll deal with it because I'm an adult and I know how to deal with it. Some people don't know how to fucking act. Some people think they should just restrict what other people have to say because they don't like it. Oh, I don't like that you say meow colon 3. It's so stupid. It's not stupid. You didn't care about it a few months ago. You only cared about it because you don't like me. You got a problem with me. I don't know what your fucking problem is, but your problem is that I exist and I'm saying things I want to say, right? I'm not going to do that to other people. Meow in my chat. Be cool. I love it. I couldn't care less. Unless you come in here calling me a fucking slur, I'm not going to be sitting here getting upset. And even then, I'm only going to clown on you because, like, oh, you called me a faggot. I've been called a faggot 1,000 times. You know, like, there's just no need. You should be able to handle language like an adult. But some people can't do that. That's too fucking complicated. God forbid we stand by the things we say or try to explain ourselves. Hold on. Oh, of course, she responds as soon as I send something. Alright, let's take 5 minutes. Let's take 5 little minutes. Let's listen to your stupid fucking explanation, right? Meow Dinosaurian, how are you? Pixie's left a lovely voice message, but it doesn't seem to actually be playing. A literal tear under your eye? You know what? You know what? I'll play it on stream. I'll do the service of actually letting you guys hear what's being said, even though all of you can access it. You guys can listen as well. And I wanna reiterate that this response is being recorded in response to what I'm saying in the text chat, and it's a voice response. So like we can't have a conversation. You won't have a conversation, right? You're only gonna have a conversation, right, if you get to sit there and speak everything and then leave it. You're not actually willing to have a conversation with me. I said we can text in it or we can hop in a voice chat and fucking talk about this, right? But I don't get that respect. I don't get that response. I have to sit here and listen for 5 minutes to this random ass message to try and understand something when I'm sitting here laying what I have to say just right out. You know? Like I wanted an actual back and forth conversation because no matter what, at the end of this 5 minutes, I'm still going to be pissed off. I'm not going to feel like I actually got to be heard because I don't think I'm heard. I don't think Pixie gives a shit. But here's the thing. I relented. I said, "Okay, I'll stop doing it." And I stopped doing it. And then they said, "Oh, you know what? I've changed my mind." You said you changed your mind and told me I could go back to doing it. So I did listen. I did say, "Hey, I will do this thing." And then you said, "No, no, you know what? It's fine." You went back on that. So I can and am allowed to be surprised that you are going back on that after we had already reached an amicable conclusion where you got what you wanted. And then you accepted new terms, and now you're coming back like it's this whole problem. And you know what? If it was just the streams, that would be one thing, right? I can understand not wanting it in your personal stream, but like you've already admitted, this server is more than just your server. It's our community. Pixie has offered to give me this server that we are all talking in on more than one occasion. There have like if I hadn't said no, I think you should be the one in charge. I would be the one in ownership of the server more than once. You know? Like and it's a server, right? You could just ignore the message, right? We're all allowed to talk. We shouldn't be restricting what we have to say because I can't even talk about the fact of what has happened already because when I try to type the message out, oh, I put meow in the message to explain why we're upset about meow. So now the message won't show up. So now we can't see that. We can't have that conversation because we're restricting the most random thing. Fucking meow. :3. How do you ban :3? Those are just numbers and grammar. Right, but at that point, I had already stopped meowing. I was not doing it on stream. I was not being a problem, right? I stopped. And then you said, you know what? I feel bad. It's fine, right? Like, it's not unreasonable to be upset that I stopped doing thing. You said it was okay. I started doing thing again. And now you're upset. Like, it's a brand new fucking problem. Like, I would be willing to stop if I hadn't already done that. How can I expect that I stopped this time and what? Are you going to feel bad and then say it's okay again? And then what? Am I supposed to just trust that I should or should not do it? I have no faith that I can trust you, right? Hello, if you want to be up to date on what's going on, you should rewind a bit. I'm just going to continue being upset and running through this message until we're done. And then I will decide on how I'm going to handle the rest of my stream. But otherwise, I'm still on Team Pixie's a fucking coward. Which is fine. That's a fine conclusion.
that and say, no, meows.
But my problem, right, is that fine, you want to mute me from your streams, you don't want me in your streams, I won't be there. I do not need to be in the streams. I can accept that, right? I have stopped. I've tried coming by, but like, you don't even acknowledge me. Regardless of whether meow or not, you don't even acknowledge me. You don't want me around? Fine. Whatever. I don't care. But you're not just restricting me in your stream, you're restricting me in our community, which you have admitted multiple times isn't just yours. It's not a space for just you. You know that you're not the only person here who matters. That is why you've offered me the server multiple times. You know? So why are you restricting my ability to exist in the server? There's just no need.
And that's it. Because then Wanda would be upset and maybe gone, and I would get less from streaming because there would be less people, and Wanda is the most active person in the chat, so there would be that much less that I would be getting from streaming, but I needed it, so I couldn't do that, and I didn't want to do that, right? I had to find another way.
Right.
But now after Japan, because I don't need anything from streaming anymore, it doesn't give me anything anymore, I can just be completely honest and be like, sorry, this meow
Yeah,
stuff
I get it.
is really annoying.
Yeah, you don't want me around. I get it. I left. I exited. I didn't want to leave the community. I didn't want to leave somewhere that I felt comfortable.